Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Lego Lee 329, again here with another Lego Marvel superhero set review on the X-Men set, the X-Men versus the Sentinel. This set retails for $50 in the US, contains an extremely low 336 pieces. We'll talk a little bit more about that price issue later on in this review. Ages 6 through 12, and here's a front look at the box. There is the back of the box. This set includes 2 instruction manuals. The first one here is pretty short with only 21 pages of building. The second one, however, is a whole lot bigger with 74 pages. And included with this set is a Guardians of the Galaxy comic book. Kind of lazy that LEGO's putting the same comic book in all of these new Marvel superhero sets, but actually on the back you have a little bit thing for X-Men, just a couple pages for the X-Men, a lot more towards Guardians of the Galaxy. So kind of a strange comic book and a little bit lazy in LEGO's part that every single new Marvel set has this exact same comic book. Our first minifigure here is Wolverine, and we have seen Wolverine in LEGO before, but this is actually a much different version. His torso printing there is completely updated, which is very cool. I love his claws, all the brown details, a lot more comic bookish than the last version. He kind of has the typical Hugh Jackman-esque face with the hair right there, but actually the double-sided face has this goggle-ish look going on right there, and you're probably wondering why the goggles look so odd. Well, they kind of serve us the same way as that goofy white headband that the Batman minifig has. So we can have eyes underneath Wolverine's mask. Yes, we get Wolverine's mask in this set. It's a brand new mold. It's molded in 2 colors right there. It looks fantastic. I love that we get that in this set. Wolverine even features some pretty cool details from the back. Our next minifigure here is Cyclops, and as much as I love the Cyclops character from the comic books and movies and how important he is to the X-Men and how accurate this figure looks to the comic book version of his suit, let's be honest here, guys. This minifigure is extremely bland and extremely boring. I mean, there's not a whole lot of detail going on here besides his face. His torso printing is, if you glance at it, it doesn't even look like he has torso printing, honestly. It's not a terribly exciting minifigure. It's more of an exciting character to get in this set, so I'm not terribly fond of this minifig, but it is accurate. LEGO really couldn't have done a whole lot more with this character, so it's a pretty cool minifig in that way, but not terribly exciting. He does feature some pretty nice back printing. Here is, however, a very exciting X-Men figure to get and a very cool character to get, and that would be Storm. Storm is a great character from the comic books and the movies. She looks fantastic right here. I love the lightning bolt details as her, little lightning shock things for her storm powers, obviously. Very cool minifig. Her printing is really well done. I love her face print. And the fact that we're getting an African-American female minifig is great because we honestly haven't really gotten too many of those before in the past, so it's great to get some more diversity for our LEGO minifig universe. Just a great looking fig. But definitely the best part is her double-sided face featuring her little bit more aggressive expression and her eyes that are all whited out when she's using her storm powers. That looks absolutely fantastic right there. You can see Storm from the back right here. She has this really cool felt cape piece that is brand new and exclusive to just this minifigure. It attaches onto her arms, which is very cool. The same material was used for the Dementors capes from the Harry Potter sets. Really cool soft material. I love that new cape piece made just for Storm. Our final minifigure here is probably the least exciting fig from this set, and that would be Magneto. Don't get me wrong, I love Magneto as a character, one of the most iconic comic book villains of all time, but this minifig, we saw Magneto back in the 2012 X-Men set, and basically all LEGO did here is reverse the color palette. That Magneto had a purple cape with a red torso. This Magneto has a purple torso with a red cape. It's not too creative. It's not a terribly exciting minifig. His printing, everything is great. I love that we get his hair now. He also does include his helmet and his little metal platform to fly on, but not a terribly exciting minifig because we basically saw the same one a couple years ago. He does feature a pretty nice double-sided face, and from the back he has some pretty cool back printing. Now there's actually one more character included in this set. You could consider this a minifigure. I would consider it more of a buildable character, and that here would be the Sentinel. The Sentinels are the big bad guys in the new X-Men movie. And if you don't know exactly who they are, they're basically robots that are designed just for killing mutants. Pretty crazy, threatening guys from the movie and the comic books. They're really, really cool, these giant robots, and LEGO did a very cool job designing this. These pieces right here, these 2 parts are actually printed, which is very nice. I love that look. I also love the color scheme with the purple and the pink pieces. Not terribly common colors that we see in LEGO all that often, so it's really nice to get lots of them in this set. But the main thing about it is that this whole thing is built from the Mixels and Chima Legend Beast small ball joint pieces. All the articulation comes from those pieces. It works really well for this Sentinel character. Honestly, LEGO probably could have made the Sentinel a little bit bigger because in the comic book the Sentinels are pretty freaking huge. But I think this guy has a really cool look going on for him. Not so great from the back right here, but just a very cool look. LEGO did a very good job designing this Sentinel. Now the articulation on this character here is really cool. You have these little moving parts in the back that can move up that reveal flick fire missiles. Those are pretty mandatory for LEGO sets nowadays, it seems like. His head unfortunately cannot rotate, which is definitely my main problem with this thing. I wish they included one of these swivel pieces so you could look from side to side. But besides that, the articulation is great. You can move all around the place, get some really cool poses, which is very nice. His fingers here can move, and a really cool feature. Legs right here actually hook onto the back of a minifigure. You can position the fingers right here so you can actually hold a figure right there, which is pretty cool. And his leg articulation is just as great. I love all the poses you can get this guy in. And he also has some nice jet propulsion systems on the bottom of his feet right there, which look pretty cool. And kind of a cool use of the new spring-loaded missile launcher piece right there. It's kind of a laser bolt. I really like this Sentinel. He looks pretty cool. Got lots of great articulation and a really nice look going for him. Now, here is the main build of the set, the X-Jet or the Blackbird. Now here's a nice look at the X-Jet right here, and this thing is actually a pretty nice size. That was kind of surprising considering how few pieces, just a handful of 200 or so pieces were used to make this vehicle, which actually makes it a pretty nice size, which is a little bit better for an unfortunate price. The front of the plane here is kind of get my main problem with this set right out of the way, and that is the shape of the front. The X-Jet, the Blackbird that I know from comics and movies, has definitely a really pointed front. This one has kind of a small point going on for it right there, but it's definitely a little bit more rounded. I wish they made that a little bit more pointy. So not a huge problem, but it does add a little bit of concern, and I wish the vehicle was a little bit more accurate. Now you can see the sides of the X-Jet here are built from just a couple of big pieces. This kind of gives it a little bit of a fat look, which isn't my favorite, but it also has a really cool sleek look up top right here with these pieces. Some flick fire missiles on the side. I kind of wish these could rotate, but it's not a big deal. We're just going to add a little play feature. And the back wings of the X-Jets honestly are probably the best design I could see LEGO doing ever. Really great design. Love the use of these pieces. These parts here can move. These can adjust if you want them to. I love the engines as well. Those look very cool. Just a really nice design for the wings of the X-Jet. Now back here is one of the main play features of this set. You can probably see the little missiles poking out from right there. Well, actually this whole little section can fold up, which is pretty cool. A nice little mechanism right there, and you can fire these two spring-loaded missiles right there. A pretty cool hidden play feature. But I have to be completely honest, and honestly, I wish they maybe included a small ramp back here for minifigures to be able to get on the X-Jet rather than this little flick fire missile feature back here, because this takes up lots of room and it does, you know, fold in pretty well. It's nice for kids to play with, but it would have been cooler if we could have had figures be able to get onto the X-Jet. But definitely one of the best parts about this set is the interior of this vehicle. The cockpit right here can actually open up, which is pretty cool, and actually it opens up even further in the back right here. And you can see inside the cockpit right here, you have a seat right here for one pilot, then you actually have a co-pilot seat right behind there, which is very, very nice. And in the back here, there's two more seats, including a little walkway to the cockpit right there, which is pretty cool. A small sticker showing the Sentinel right here, and this little back area piece can actually pop out, and you could definitely fit 4 minifigures in there if you wanted to with taking this piece out, which has some kind of small tools like a fire hydrant, a hammer, and a wrench inside there. So a really nice interior to this vehicle. Alright guys, fun verge here on the X-Men versus the Sentinel set. This set is actually very cool, and the main problem here, besides the not so pointed snout, would be the price. I mean, 336 pieces for $50. LEGO, seriously, that's just not cutting it. I mean, you get lots of big pieces, you get lots of cool new molds with minifigures, and the Sentinel has some really interesting printed parts, but still, the price is just not justifiable, and it just really ticks me off that LEGO made the price so bad, because this set would be working itself up close to 9s if it wasn't for such a bad price, and my final rating will actually be an 8.3 out of 10. I mean, I would still highly recommend this set. If it's on sale, it's a must-buy. But honestly, even at the $50 price point, you do get lots of stuff going on here. It's a pretty nice size. The playability is very cool. And that Sentinel fig, the Sentinel buildable fig, is really great. And you get some must-have characters from the X-Men universe here. So a pretty cool set overall. The X-Jet could have been a little bit better. It's kind of chubby in some areas and the designs aren't perfect. But it's really cool for what we get right here. I would still recommend this set. It's just the price. Honestly, 40 would have been great. 35 would have been perfect. 50, way too much. LEGO, come on, fix that price for this set. But besides that, a really cool set. So what do you guys think about this set? What is your favorite character from this set that's included? I love if you guys could go check out my social network pages. There'll be links to those down in the description below. And of course, subscribe to this channel. Favorite the video you watch right now. Share this video with all your friends. Like this video. And I'd love to hear your feedback on this video. Leave it in the comment section down below. Hope to see you guys next time with more LEGO Marvel superhero set reviews. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.